Hello everyone, welcome to Blue Heron Hill. This time I'm in the kitchen. The weather's warming up. I had to pick my entire crop of spinach. So this is what we have. We've been eating off of it. It grew really quickly in the cooler weather, but I have a bucket load here of spinach. So I'm going to show you how I make a spinach salad. First of all, very important to wash your spinach greens. Triple wash them, soak, cold water, drain, soak, cold water, drain, soak, cold water, drain, spinach. Now it's time for me to take off the leaves. The stems are really, at this side, the stems are too chewy, too much. So I just kind of fold the leaf in half and rip the stem off. Disregard this compost pile, your animals, whatever, and you're left with this. Once I go through and do all this, I will wash again and spin dry in my salad spinner or whatever your preferred method would be. So, and in the meantime, my spinach salad recipe calls for bacon. So I am going to put it on a tray and cook it in the oven. So be right back and I'll show you what that's all about. Cooking bacon in the oven can't be any simpler. 400-degree oven, preheated. A baking sheet, you could put parchment paper on it if you want. If you don't, no problem. I like to save the bacon drippings, so I don't put a piece of parchment on it. So you just need to line your bacon up. You can snuggle them up as close as you want. If you want them extra crispy, you could put them on a wire baking rack, which sets on top of your baking sheet. So once your oven is preheated, fit on a couple more strips of bacon like this. Once it's at 400, all you're going to do is pop it in the oven for anywhere from 12 to 16 minutes. Keep checking on it at about the 12-minute mark. No need to flip these. They'll start almost frying in their own bacon drippings and stuff. I find it doesn't splatter in the oven at all, and it works exceptionally well. You don't have to stand over a hot stove. It just goes in a hot oven. Okay, I'll be right back when these are done. Sometimes when the spinach leaves are really small like this, I'll just stems and all, because they're rather tender. But I'll take the whole little flowerette of spinach and break off the leaves like that. See this whole little flowerette inside? Very, very tender. That whole thing will come off. Now I have plenty left over here. This is going to be probably enough for our salad, our dinner for two tonight. And I'm going to save the rest of it. I'm going to put a link up here in the corner I'm going to put a link up here in the corner that shows how I save my spinach in the refrigerator for a long period of time. Actually, I do this with lettuce and any greens that I have. A quick tutorial is washing it, wrapping it in a damp kitchen towel, linen towel, something like that, and putting it in your crisper drawer. It's unbelievable how long your greens will last that way. A minimum, I would say, up to 2 weeks for sure, sometimes even later than that. But you can take a look at that video that I did, I think last year. A nice big one. Okay, this is a salad. It's kind of a warm dressing salad. So stay tuned. When that bacon is ready, I'll come out and we'll start mixing everything up. Another important ingredient is red onions. These are from my garden. I planted extra just for, using them at this scallion stage. Normally I like to let them get bigger. The recipe calls for 1 medium red onion. So I got 3 rather large bulbous scallion size. Timer just went off for 13 minutes on the bacon. Okay. This is what it looks like. I think I'm going to let it go for a couple more minutes. I really like it crispy. Okay, another 2 minutes on the bacon. Be right back. Okay, back. New shirt. Apron on this time. Had a little accident, had to change my shirt. Let's go over what we've got here. Let me bring you down a little bit closer. Oh, but first of all, look what I went out and picked. Peonies. Oh, my favorite. I think they're kind of late this year for us, but I'll take them any time of year. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Okay. All right, here we are. Here's our bowl of spinach, bacon. I'm going to chop up all this bacon. Ooh. Semi-bite-sized pieces. It's going to go right back there. I'm not actually putting it in here. It's going to mix with the dressing. All right, so we have some mushrooms. And this is probably about enough. Washed and just sliced up into kind of manageable pieces. Don't want them too large. There we go. And I'll put those in the bowl right here, mushrooms. And let's not forget our red onions. They've been washed. Just want to dry them off a little bit. Don't need those. After chopping these up, we're going to add them to our spinach. It's about a cup worth of red onion, either if you have the whole onion or I had the scallions. Take your mushrooms and add those also. Now it's time for the dressing. So we're going to add, let's see, a 1/2 cup of lemon juice. Fresh squeezed is best if you have it. Usually the recipe calls for 1.5 cups of olive oil. I'm going to use 1 cup of olive oil and a spoon. bacon drippings that I just had, I'm going to use a half a cup of that. These have already solidified a little bit, so that's okay. Then we have 2 teaspoons of salt. And then we put in 2 teaspoons of sugar, surprise. And then we're going to be adding 4 cloves of garlic. Smash them. And the skin slips right out. Oops. I'm going to cut off the end. Two more to go. Okay, one more ingredient. We need a teaspoon of dry mustard. Cap on your salad shaker, dressing shaker of choice. And blend it up. It's good to refrigerate this for a little bit. It helps the flavors all blend together. Olive oil and of course the bacon fat, though, will tend to coagulate. So it'll probably be good to bring it out into your kitchen, let it set, let the oils become more liquid, shake it up, and it's good to go. Now, one more thing that we add to this, and I realized a little bit too late, after it's all mixed together, you add the bacon to this. I'm not going to have room, so I need to go and get another. There we go, got a larger one. So I'm actually going to chop my bacon into a few smaller bits. I used about 8 pieces of bacon in this. I think I went overboard on the bacon. How can you ever go overboard on bacon? Okay. Now, this isn't your typical spinach salad dressing. This dressing is the favorite dressing of my mom. Growing up, she either got the recipe for it or concocted it or something. But, of course, we all love it. And snap on, shake, let those bacon bits all mix together. Now when you go to pour this, pouring through a small little spout like this, if you've got large chunks of bacon, they aren't going to come out and they're going to clog up the whole works. So you may need to just unscrew it. So we are about ready to have our spinach salad, and we're going to go someplace special and have this. So stick with me and wait to see where we're going. Permission to come aboard, sir.
Permission granted.
Hey, Coop, you going to help me?
No, probably not.
Oh, you're getting off. Lunch out on the water. One additional ingredient, I put some sugar snap peas from the garden. Could you open? Oh, I put a little variation on this. I put the dressing in the microwave, heated it up, and so we have some hot dressing, or warm. Bon appetit. That looks yummy. That's an eagle. Think he did get some. Another eagle flying across the bay. Swan. At least a dozen. Thanks for joining us on our lunch cruise around the bay. Hope you try this salad dressing. It's delicious. I'll put the recipe in the description box. Subscribe if you haven't already. Like and share with all your friends on social media. So until the next video, bye from Blue Heron Hill.